Hello everyone, it's Simon here, and since we're talking about SZIGET a lot on this channel, we are posting vlogs each week from the SZIGET festival, one vlog a day, and if you want to check them out, just check them out at the links in the description, or just go on the channel, they are gonna be all there. I don't know when this video is gonna come up, if it's gonna come up in between vlogs or before some other things. I don't know if it's gonna be after all the vlogs, but I really wanted to make it because it's very funny. And if you didn't already guess from the title of the video, I'm gonna talk about all the shitty things that happened to me at SZIGET Festival. Starting from the day here in Italy till, the end day when I came back. So I don't want to make this video too long and too elaborated, so I'm just gonna go through them. I have some receipts for a couple of them, because you need them, so, just FYI. So it all started when we needed to take the bus from Bologna. Bologna is a big city that is near where I live, and the bus was starting there at the central station at 8 p.m. and was going to SZIGET Festival. It was 8 p.m. on Monday, and we would be at SZIGET at like 7 a.m. on the Tuesday, of course. So we went there, and we were like a little bit early, because of course you want to be early, you want to be sure that you're there before the bus arrived. But the bus arrived 1 hour late, which, I mean, is not too bad. We did start our travel a little bit late, It was already 9 p.m. or maybe even a little bit more. I don't even remember, I'm not sure. But yeah, so that was a big start for the traveling moment. But yeah, this is not... as I'm reading, if you see me glance down, I am reading from the list of things that I have, written down. While we were traveling, it was a night travel, of course, so like around 11 p.m. midnight I wanted to sleep. But we sat a little bit too much in the back, and we had some very, very loud people behind us. It was so awful, because we wanted to sleep like everybody else in the bus was doing, because, I mean, it was like, I'm talking about midnight right now, and it was like, we are going to a festival where we're not gonna sleep, like, ever, so please, can we sleep now? And they weren't sleeping, like, they didn't sleep until at least 3 to 4 p.m., 4 a.m., yeah. It was awful, and we really wanted to sleep, we couldn't. They were like screaming and laughing and drinking, which, I mean, they were drinking on the bus, which was kind of shady, I don't know. Anyway, another funny thing that happened on the bus, we had a couple of stops, of course, because when you have a lot of people on the bus, you need to stop sometimes to, go to the loo and stuff like that. So we stopped this place, and I got down. I had my phone on my lap, and I forgot about it. So when I got up, the phone from the bus seat, the phone fell on the floor of the bus seat. And before I even realized it fell, I stepped on it. Which, I mean, I thought the phone was gonna shatter into a million pieces, but it didn't. But the phone itself is fine. Like, the glass didn't shatter or anything. There are no cracks, nothing. It does have a little bit of a weird glitch with pixels on a little side of, the screen, but nothing too crazy. It's manageable, and it does go away with a little bit of pressure and doesn't turn back until sometimes it does, isn't it? It's a bit weird, but it's completely fine. So that was a bad experience for the second when I stepped on it, but it was fine in the end. Okay, so now we are at the biggest thing that happened that week. That really was gonna, turned this situation completely upside down for me, and almost ruined my entire vacation at SZIGET Festival. To get a SZIGET Festival, you need to buy tickets, of course, like at every festival, music festival in the world. And we bought our tickets online, each of one separately, and we decided to buy the 7-day pass, which allows to go in and out of the SZIGET Festival for 7 days, which is the entirety of the festival. You could choose to do 5 days or 2 days if you want to do only the weekend, or only 1 day if you live in Budapest and you want to go to one concert only. So of course we decided to buy the 7-day pass, and with that we needed to buy also the early ticket entry, which is the day before the festival starts, which was Tuesday for us. So we could get in at Tuesday and build a tent and everything before the festival actually started. And we also bought the camping upgrade because we didn't want to, sleep around the island. We wanted, like, we were in an enclosed space with security, so we could leave everything around with no problem. And also I bought a locker where we could like store money, phones, and personal stuff that we didn't want to lose ever. So we also use that. So we get in line for the ticket extraction, let's say, where you give your phone with the emails, and in the emails there are all the links that you open up. They have like a QR code that they have to scan. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hand, but to get the point across, you have a QR code on the phone, and they scan it, and that QR code gives you like the ticket, the free and the early entry, the 7 days, the locker, and so we were in line to get that done, and I went for last, so the girls were already gone, and we were waiting on the other side of the like office space, let's say, that was outside the entrance. So I went there. I gave my email to the girl, and there were only 3 links. And I know I bought 4 things. I do remember that. I have a proof of buying 4 things. I proof of buying the 7-day pass. I have that. I have a picture. I'm gonna, put it on the screen right now. Look at the picture. You clearly see the 7-day pass. Clearly, I bought it. That picture I took just before buying it with a credit card online. I'm 100% sure of buying that. But on the email, there were no link for my 7-day pass. At that point, the girl was like, you really need the 7 days pass or whatever pass to get in, or we cannot let you in. And I was like, yeah, but I didn't get any email with my code, so I cannot give it to you. She was like, yeah, I know. I'm gonna give you this bracelet, and she gave me the one for the early entry. I don't know if I have it. Let me check. Okay, I don't have the early entry, but I do have the other bracelets. This was the 7-day pass. This the upgrade for the camping, and this was the city pass. So she was like, yeah, we cannot let you, go in without. I'm gonna give you this one, and you can go to the check-in and ask them if we're gonna let you in. And I was like, okay, fine. Then we went all together to the check-in, and the guy was like, yeah, we need to check your bracelets. And I was like, yeah. So I don't have a bracelet. So he was like, I don't really know what to do. I don't know how to help you. The only thing that I really think about that you can do is buy a new pass. So, let me just say that the new 7-day pass cost me 325 euros on the spot. I thank God I had my credit card with me, or I would have, never got in, and I would have to buy a ticket train and get back home in Italy by train. That was the other only solution. So of course I decided to go in line to buy the ticket. There was a lot of people actually buying the ticket apparently. So I get in line for some, let's call them cash registries, where people, helped you with your tickets and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, I bought the 7 days, but the code didn't came. So I am going to buy a new one. And the girl was like, yeah, so of course, sure. You can buy a 7-day pass, no problem. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Come on, give me the 7 days. She was like, yeah, do you want to pay with cash or with card? Mind you, I did like already an hour of queue to get to this point, okay? And I was like, yeah, I only have the card. I don't have enough cash to buy that. And she's like, yeah, I'm sorry, my card here doesn't work. You have to go to the other one. Like, oh my god. Oh my god, can you put like something up that says cards don't work here or something like that? I was shocked. But okay, I did an hour, another hour of queue. Cool. I got to the second girl. I'm like, please, I really need the 7 days pass. Please give it to me. I'm gonna pay whatever you need. Please, just give me the 7 day pass. Thank God I actually could buy it, and the card worked and everything worked at least. So I got my 7 days, of course, as you can see right now. And it was a little bit of a travel, you know. We got at SZIGET like at 7 a.m., 8ish a.m., and we got in at 10, half past 10, I'm pretty sure, a.m. Which, I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but there were like nobody. So I like, except for the people in the queue for what, 2 hours, but cool. Anyway, that's the other thing. Probably the main thing that happened that really was gonna ruin my vacation and almost made me cry. Okay, so another thing which I'm going to talk about, but it's really like a minor thing. Uh, where we built our tent, there were a lot of insects, and like we had ants everywhere. Whenever we woke up, ants were like everywhere. And little side story, we had two mattresses. One was new and the other was pretty old. And the older one, where I slept on, of course, every single night would deflate and get to the ground level. So every night I will wake up, like every morning I wake up and I'm on the ground covered in ants. Basically, that was every morning. But I mean, it was expected. We were in a tent, and it was like crazy to think that there were a lot of insects around. So I was okay with it. Another thing that I'm gonna talk about, which is very like weird and I never thought I was gonna experience at Budapest, is the weather. It was so hot, like so godly hot. It was maybe it was even hotter than here in Italy. And if you don't know Europe geography, like Budapest is way north than where we live. So I really don't know what to make out of that. It was like 37, 38 degrees Celsius, which is so hot. Also, a lot of humidity, which makes it even worse. Let's just say we had a lot of trouble with that hot weather. And even the SZIGET festival itself was like in an emergency status or something like that. Because for 2 days, I remember, they gave out a bulletin saying that you could bring in as much water and liquids as you wanted, except, of course, for alcoholic drinks. But like water, juices, and tea, and cola, and stuff like that, you could bring how much you wanted, which is something that they were very strict about. It was like only 2 liters per person. It was something like that. And those 2 days were like, no, fuck that rule. You can bring how much water you need because, of course, it's very hot. So this other issue, again, I'm gonna sound like a first world problem person, but I am. So at Iggy Azalea's and Macklemore's concert, we were there like at 3 p.m. and the concert for Iggy started at 1800. You think military time at 6 p.m. and Macklemore started at 9 p.m. So we were there way before them, and we watched some other stuff before and cool. But of course, before Iggy, a lot of people started to come in. We were like in the front row, and it was very cool. And I saw Iggy and Macklemore live, which was amazing. But that you will see that in the vlogs, so check the vlog. But the thing happened when Galantis, in between Galantis and Macklemore, Galantis were like before Macklemore, in between Iggy and Macklemore, and we were like listening to the music and stuff, and a lot of people, like at least I'm saying a lot of people, were like 2 girls, 3 girls, something like that. They started to push and come through, and I was like, no, girl, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? Go back. And we're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah. And I stayed there. They said right in front of me for the entire concert. I was in front row and I had this fucking bitch in front of me that cut through the fucking crowd to get there. I was so mad, but I kept it in, and I enjoyed the concert and I had a lot of fun. and it was amazing. And I'm not thinking about that bitch that I want to fucking slaughter now. So while we are talking about concerts, I have to say another thing. I did not see Steve Aoki, which was very saddening for me. I really wanted to see him. It was like one of the main things that brought me to SZIGET. It was seeing Steve Aoki. But the problem was Chiara was not feeling great and she wanted to stay at the tent. But she was like, yeah, you guys can go watch Steve Aoki, it's no problem. It was right after Chainsmokers, if I'm not mistaken. Like, Chainsmokers were at 9, of course, and ended at 11 p.m. And Steve Aoki was like at 2 a.m. right after them in another area, though, because we had different stages. Chainsmokers were at the main stage and Steve Aoki had its own arena where he performed with other friends and stuff like that. So we needed to go there, and we went without Chiara because she was not feeling great. And as we were arriving there, a lot of people started to appear everywhere around, and we were like, "Oh my god, where is all these people going? Like, why are they up at 2 a.m. and going in the same direction as us?" And of course, they were all going to watch Steve Aoki. The arena was filled with people. We couldn't even get in. Like, even outside the arena, even in not only inside the barricades that were outside the arena, but also outside the barricades, outside the arena, it was filled with people. You couldn't even think about getting in. It was so bad. We were so sad we couldn't see Steve Aoki and get Kate. So another thing that happened, which is pretty funny, when we were at the thermal bath, which I don't know, this video is gonna be before or after this vlog, the vlog about the thermal things. If it's after, then you know what I'm talking about. If it's not, you'll see, or if you follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, links down below, you'll see what I'm talking about. But at the thermal bath, we were given some bracelets that of course I don't have with me, and they are used to open up. They're used to open up lockers. So you have your own individual lockers that is electronically opened by the bracelet. You just have to put it near the locker and open it up, and then it's completely connected to your bracelet. And when you return it, they, do all the unlocking stuff. So I have my bracelet. I put my things in the locker. I lock the locker up. Take my camera with me because that was the main thing that we needed for the vlog. And we go to the thermal bath and we have a lot of fun. So we went into the underground part, which is hotter, at least in the bath that we were in. There are a lot of different thermal baths in Budapest, so we were in the underground part, and it was like not a big tub, let's say. It was like for 40 people, something like that, and the temperature of the water was like 37 degrees or something like that, which is a little bit higher than your normal body temperature, which was very great. It was like going into a hot tub. It was great. And we hang out there for like 20-40 minutes, something like that, going in and out, checking other stuff around. There was like a couple of pits with like minus degrees Celsius, I don't remember how much, and something about like 50 degrees, so you can, swap between those and do some body temperature cure. But when we're like, okay, we could go, and we went out of the tub, I was like, fuck, I don't have my bracelet anymore. And at the second I realized that, I was like, fuck, I cannot go out from this place without my bracelet, because I cannot get out of the locker all my stuff. I have all my stuff in the locker except for the camera, so I have all my documents, my money, my clothes as well, all in the locker. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking stay at this thermal bath forever. Thank goodness for this beautiful, amazing lifeguard that was at the pool. And he was like, there were a couple of seats that you could hang out on, and we left our stuff there. So I turned around to the lifeguard, and he was with a bracelet in his hand, and he was like playing with it. I was like, maybe it's his bracelet, maybe it's not, maybe it's mine, maybe it's my bracelet. And I go to him and I'm like, I'm sorry, I think I lost my bracelet. Maybe it's that one. And he's like, oh, sure, yeah, of course. And he gave me the bracelet. I'm like, maybe it's this one. Thank you. Bye. So it was my bracelet, of course. Thank Jesus it was my bracelet. I could get all my stuff back. We went to the other pools. It was very fun, and we had an awesome day that day. The thermal bath. If you go to Budapest, I'll recommend you go to the thermal baths. Whatever in the city, there are a lot of different ones. Like the touristy ones were full, so we went there actually, and we tried to get in, but there was like hours and hours of queue because people it was full capacity, and until people got out we couldn't get in, so we didn't know how much time it would take. So like we took the tram, and in like 5 minutes we found another place, and it was as cool as the other one. And yeah, so we went there and it was amazing. Okay, the last thing that I'm thinking about and that I can recall right now, and I have it on the list, and I think I wrote everything, but hopefully I did, because this video is gonna be so long already. As I was saying before, talking about Chainsmoker and Steve Aoki, Chiara felt like wasn't feeling great. Like it was, let's say, Monday, and Tuesday was the last day, and then on Wednesday we will be coming back home here in Italy. So on the Monday night we went all back to sleep. I mean, not right after Steve Aoki, right after we got back from the arena where Steve Aoki was playing, but we couldn't get in. So cool. Anyway, and we start sleeping, and it's all cool. So I wake up on Tuesday, and I feel awful. I have headache, stomachache, backache. I probably have a fever as well. I'm not 100% sure. I probably had a fever. Throat was killing me. Blocked nose, like full on death. So that day we were going outside I think, or maybe we didn't. But anyway, that's not the point. I did take two medication, two like aspirins or stuff like that. Not actual aspirins, they're called Oki. I don't know if you have them outside of Italy. In Italy, they are very common. It's like an aspirin, but a little bit stronger, so that it helps with fever as well and aches in general and stuff like that. So that was the last day, and I don't think we went out actually in the city. But anyway, I was feeling awful the entire day. We went to sit off the main stage. There was like a park area under some trees. We went to sit there and lay in the sun, and I was like feeling terrible. I actually fell asleep while under the sun, and I didn't even realize. That is, telling you how awful I was feeling. I was feeling so bad that I had to sleep right there in the ground. But the best thing about that is that I didn't get to enjoy the performances that were on the day. The point is that I could not be sleeping while Birdie was performing, but actually I did. I was able to see Skinny Love, and also people say. I was able to see Birdie a little bit. I didn't vlog that much. I did forget a camera in the tent, no, actually in the locker, because I wasn't feeling good, and I forgot about it. And so if the vlogs are still have to come up, know that the Tuesday vlog is gonna be probably like 5 seconds attached to Monday, not gonna be like its own vlog, because I didn't record like basically anything. Also, I did not enjoy the final show, which was a bit of a shame. We were a little bit further than we were, so right after the trees there was the little patch of grass, and then like the main stage area. So I was sitting down in the grass during the final show. During the final show we had DJ Like Mike and DJ Dimitri Vegas performing, and they were amazing, and the show was amazing. There was like fireworks and laser and lights and smoke and confettis everywhere. and it was so cool. But I was not feeling good at all. I was sitting on the ground with my hands around my head like this, like praying that it would end soon, with people around me like dancing and stuff, and the girls right here standing and watching the show and stuff like that. And I was not feeling good, just not feeling good. And I'm very sorry that I didn't enjoy the performance, because I know it was amazing. I know people love them, and I really enjoyed their music, and I know they're good. But just I wasn't feeling good, so I was. It was a little bit of a shame to end um, the week that was so good like that, with feeling awful and being like feeling awful. And I was just feeling awful like also during the travel back to Italy on the Wednesday, which was terrible. But yeah, in the end I did manage to survive through this awful thing that happened to me at SZIGET Festival. And I actually really enjoyed the festival and stuff like that. If I am going to go back, probably only if there are like, artists that I'm very interested in. Like probably if Ellie Goulding would go there, I would. So Ellie, if you're watching this, please go to SZIGET Festival. I would love to go to other music festival around Europe and around the world. I know there are a lot of amazing festivals also in the US, but I mean, I live in Italy. It's a little bit costly to go there, so I prefer festivals here in Europe. But in general, we did have a great time. I'm talking about me, about the girls as well. We really enjoyed the festival. It was amazing. I'm guessing this is gonna be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like to this so that I know that I want to see more stuff. And subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And check all the links in the description. We have Instagram and Twitter for BroKF, and we have personal Instagram, personal Twitters, and also I have another channel. If you don't know, check that out. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the SZIGET video. If you enjoyed, I'm cool. If you didn't enjoy, cool as well. So yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.